Hey, what is up? This is your boy J Bobs here on the call for Men's Simulations Round 2 today. As yesterday, we started with this tournament, all 32 teams, and we're going to see who men thinks will be the Super Bowl champion, but in a more unorthodox way, as we, instead of playing a whole season and then playing a 12-team play, or excuse me, a 14-team playoff, we just decided to gather 32 teams and put them in a bracket, March Madness style, and half of the teams are gone now after round one. And some notable exits. If you guys weren't on the call yesterday, you guys might want to go back and rewatch some of that action. Some of that was pretty juicy. Some of it was Ben just being Ben. Just watch it to find out. Should be in my archive. But anyways, some notable exits. We saw the Buffalo Bills get absolutely stunned by the Green Bay Packers, the upset of the first round. Besides that, we saw the Patriots upend the 49ers, and we saw a couple others that were a little bit questionable in my book. I mean, there was at least one other one. I'm looking at the bracket right now. I mean, I think the Dolphins were the other team to be eliminated. They were eliminated by the Carolina Panthers. And for those of you guys just kind of jumping into this for the first time, you didn't watch yesterday. So the tournament, the bracket, the first round, the seeds, and that's what I mean. The seeds 1 through 32 were determined by a random number generator. It wasn't by any sort of order at all. It was just random. So whoever's playing who, it's completely random, except for now we have the teams that won their first games, and now everything's kind of randomized. So in this case, we have the 9th seeded Rams taking on the 25th seeded Titans, and because the Titans won that game and knocked out the 8th seed Colts, the Rams will be hosting this game. The higher seed always is the home team. So let's go ahead and get this simulation started. Yesterday what I did was simulate the first 3 quarters and went to the 4th quarter and kind of was careful with it because I will dive in and commentate within the last 4 minutes. And then if you see me go away like this for a second, it's because this is the only way to pause the game when I'm not actually in it. So let's go ahead and jump to the 4th quarter here. So we got to do this 3 times. No score after 1, as you can see. And absolutely no scoring here. Wow, 0-0 at halftime. That is a first. That did not happen at all in the first round. So both of these teams are actually involved in fairly high-scoring games. I mean, the Rams were 28-21. The Titans were 27-25. So the fact there's no scoring is a little surprising. There we go. We got some points on the board here. It is 3-0 after 3 quarters. And now the Titans scored the first touchdown of the game. And go ahead and let this possession play out. The Rams got the points. We'll jump in right here. Actually, we'll go to the 2-minute warning. There we go. All right. So if a game's a blowout, I'll let it sit to the very end. There's no point to jump into a blowout. But here we got a close game to start out. 10-7 Rams on top. Late in the 4th quarter, the teams just traded touchdowns after a very low-scoring game up to that point early in the 4th. Tannehill fires deep downfield, and it's out of bounds. He was looking for D-Hop. And I'm not sure how he missed him. It looked like he was open. But it's Ryan Tannehill, and it's 3rd and 6. Don't go away, because later on we have a Super Bowl rematch between the Chiefs and the Eagles. That somehow came to fruition thanks to the random number generator, as the Eagles are the number 1 seed and the Chiefs are the number 16 seed. Both teams had to survive a little bit of a scare in their first round games, and surprisingly, the Vikings put up a fight against the Eagles. And that's just not something I saw coming in the first round, the Eagles having a scare with the Vikings. But anyways, here we go. Oh, corner blitz. It comes in. Actually, that's an outside linebacker, but still, same idea. Came in untouched, and Tannehill is decked for a loss of 6. And that's the area of the field where defenses try to send pressure, where they're like on the fringe of field goal range, and they go backwards again. They might have to get some more yards to get back into range, and Tannehill overthrows his open receiver. Now it's 3rd and 16. If you're the Titans, what do you do here? Do you run the ball and force the Rams to burn a timeout? Or do you try to convert here? Looks like you have your answer here. Empty set. Tannehill looks to throw. He might get sacked, and he's going to get sacked at the 43! Unbelievable! That pushes him out of field goal range. And now they have to use a timeout as well. That is the one thing they could not have done. They could have thrown incomplete. They could have gotten a short gain. Instead, it's 4th and 27, and they have to convert now. They're going to throw to D-Hop. He's wide open! The Rams missed the assignment. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry was lined up on the outside, and that has to be a Madden glitch, because I was looking at that defense, and I was like, why is Derrick Henry unmarked? And let's see if we can see the pre-snap again. No, you can't really see it, but you can see there were 2 guys on 1 receiver. Derrick Henry, no safety help either over the top, which that's just astonishing. You would have thought someone would have been out there to make the tackle before he got 27 yards, let alone reach the end zone. So the Rams failed to stop at 4th and 27, and now they got to get a touchdown. Otherwise, they're going to be exiting here in the second round. Up next, we will have the Baltimore Ravens hosting the Washington Commanders. But already astonishing stuff here in the first game. 4th and 27. The Titans come out empty set. They have Derrick Henry lined up as a wide receiver, which is not totally uncommon, and the Rams just didn't cover him. I mean, it's not beyond real life to have someone uncovered like that sometimes, and it's just completely blown. Even at the professional level, it's very rare. That's just a glitch in my book. That is a glitch. That is not supposed to happen. And this is also a good example of what could potentially happen in Madden this year. I mean, they have yet to come out with the first patch, which is why we haven't started any league play yet. But here we go. The Rams must march 79 yards, or they are done here in round 1. Stafford rolls to his left, throws, caught. Cooper Kupp out of bounds. No, he didn't get his feet in bounds before he stepped out, so it's incomplete. And he was going backwards out of bounds, so it's a little. The rules are a little bit more stringent on wide receivers in that case. When you're going forward out of bounds, you can have the tippy toes, but when you're going backwards out of bounds, the whole foot has to be in bounds. And now here's that pass. This one is caught by Kupp in bounds, and he's tackled in bounds. So the Rams have to use one of their 3 timeouts here with 49 seconds to go. Third and 2, Stafford shotgun look here. He got 2 plays to get this, but quite frankly, he needs to get down the field in a hurry. That pass is caught, but the Titans will give you that all day, knowing you need a touchdown. As that's only a gain of 6, 5 or 6. I don't remember where they were. The Rams are also forced to burn another timeout there. So they now have 1 left, and they still have to go 66 yards. Trips right. Stafford takes his time, fires. Oh, he had a receiver down the middle, and he misses him. And it'll be 2nd and 10. That's a huge miss there. Because even if that guy gets tackled inbounds, at least it's a huge gain. And it sets them up at the very least for a Hail Mary if they didn't get any more yards after that instead of 2nd and 10. And now short middle, Stafford misses again. And it's 3rd down. I mean, the Rams almost blew their first round game against the Saints in astonishing fashion. They're 38 seconds away from blowing this one in astonishing fashion. 4th and 27 conversion by the Titans is about to be ingrained in history, and that is almost intercepted to seal the deal, but now it is 4th down. And Stafford's going to have to find his rhythm here in a hurry and get him downfield and get him out of bounds, because they need to stop the clock as well if they even get this first down. He looks to throw, taking his time. He had all day, but the coverage of the Titans stands tall as the pass is broken up, and that is it. That is all she wrote. We'll go ahead and now sim to the end of the game here. No need to stick it out. So the Titans take a 14-10 victory, and they advance to the quarterfinals. So 25th seed advances here. They'll take on the winner of that Super Bowl rematch. I am purposefully saving that one for later, because that is going to be the game. So we will have the Commanders as one of our teams, of course, but final. So because by virtue of the Jets losing, actually no, I say Washington Commanders. That's Carolina Panthers. There we go. All right, so this should be an easy win for the Ravens, although we did see some crazy stuff from Carolina, pulling off the upset against the Dolphins in their first game. Bryce Young leading his team in that one. But that was a home game for them. This one is not a home game. This is going to be in a hostile environment. And we can go ahead and forward. The Panthers have the lead. Oh my goodness. The Ravens are not doing so hot here after one quarter. They're trailing 10-0. Some nerves here maybe at M&T. 17-7 Carolina. Let's see, are the Ravens able to get in? No, they get a field goal. Panthers have the ball in the lead in the 4th, and they get a touchdown. And Carolina, this might be the upset of the day right here, and it looks like they're going to pull it off. They're going to hold on, and now the Panthers have the ball and the win. And they did it in blowout fashion, as we didn't even have to jump in for that one. That's what I said. I will not jump in for blowouts. But the Carolina Panthers pull off the upset of the Baltimore Ravens, and I'm finding it very hard to believe that there could be any bigger upsets today than that one. I mean, maybe if the Packers beat the Cowboys, that would somewhat compare, but this is absolutely massive. The Packers have already had their big upset, so we have our first two games in, 6 more to go here in the second round of this Madden simulation tournament. Who does Madden think will win the Super Bowl this year? We'll find out by Friday, of course, as I would like to get in by Friday, because Saturday I'm going to be watching college football all day. So next up, okay, so that's why I was thinking about the Commanders, because we have them next, and we have them playing the Chargers. I have this backwards. Hold on. The Chargers are the visiting team, because they're the lower seed. The Commanders are the home team. My fault, y'all. I don't want to mess with the program here. So just kind of going down the line here. Randomizing the weather. We haven't had any real weather, though, that I've seen yet. Just overcast has been like the craziest thing we've seen. So we're going to simulate this. Let's see what happens. All right. We have a little bit of a competitive contest here. The Commanders look to take the lead here. They're in the red zone, and they get the lead. Back and forth you go. As you can see, the Chargers have the lead now, and they take that into halftime, 10-7. And now they're up 21-7 here in the fourth, and now they just kind of grabbed this game by its throat here in the second half. Oh, but not so fast. The Commanders got great field position and got a touchdown. The Chargers are goal to go, and they scored a touchdown. Will the Commanders come back? We're not going to back out yet. Oh, a huge conversion, though, to Terry McLaurin. And now they get the touchdown. So let's jump in, because they're stupid enough to not onside kick it when I sim it. I want to see if they can pull off the onside kick here. They converted a 4th and 15. We've already seen a 4th and 27 conversion today, so nothing's out of the question. Are they kicking it deep? There's no way they're kicking it deep here. Nope, they are onsiding. Man has appeared to adjust to the fact the receiving team can only have 6 on one side. And that doesn't seem to matter here as Palmer recovers the onside kick. And the Commanders still have all 3 timeouts, so we'll stick around, see what happens here. You never know. As Herbert takes the field, he likely won't be slinging it on this drive. He'd likely be giving it to Austin Eckler. Chargers 1 first down away from wrapping it up. Eckler gets it, and he has a gain of about 4. So 2nd and 7, 39 seconds left, and of course the Commanders are going to burn a timeout. They're going to have to stop them cold here and use those other 2 timeouts as well, and hope for a miracle. Herbert gives it to Eckler. He's got the first down. No, they say he's short. So the Commanders still alive by mere inches here. As they ruled Eckler short, it looked like he had it from my vantage point. Just needs the 35-yard line. Look at where the line to gain is relative to the spot, but now it's over for sure. Austin Eckler puts the icing on the cake. And the Chargers will walk away with the victory here, as they survive the nation's capital. And that was an interesting contest. I would say the Chargers would have been slightly favored in that one. The Chargers, I mean, that they kind of took control of the game in the second half, and that's what happened. So, 3 games down, 5 to go. Let's see what happens in our next one. We have the Giants hosting the Falcons. We've seen this before in a playoff game, a wild card round playoff game back in 2012. Giants absolutely obliterated the Falcons. This could be interesting here because you can see the overalls are not very different for this game, but I mean, I would like to say the Giants have a better quarterback, but some people question Daniel Jones. I'm not sure about him either, but I think he's better than whatever the hell the Falcons have at this point. The Falcons, the 31st seed, the lowest remaining seed of the tournament, and they pulled off a first-round upset of the New York Jets, and they didn't go anywhere after that game because now they're here back in the same field playing the other New York team, and let's see what happens. The Giants surely won't let their home be invaded twice by the Falcons, but so far the Falcons have a 10-7 lead. And now they're up 17-7. And I tell you what, this UC quarterback, Desmond Ridder, is leading his team to a potential Cinderella run here as they're up 27-10. And they must really love the Meadowlands at this point because they've had a lot of success here now. Well, let's see if the Giants can come back. They did get a touchdown, and they didn't get much else after that. They need a lot more to go their way than just one touchdown, and now they're back down 17. They do get a touchdown back, but they cannot stop Desmond Ridder and his Falcons offense. And the Falcons, for the second day in a row, march into MetLife Stadium and seize victory. 34-24, and their offense just cannot be stopped. As in their 2 games combined, they have scored 65 points. And it's just unbelievable stuff here we're seeing from Atlanta. They could be the Cinderella. So now the winner of our next game will be hosting the Falcons, as it will be between the Broncos and the Patriots. And then we'll save the 2 games that I've been trying to save the whole time, of course. I mean, the Bengals should beat the Browns. I'm a Browns fan, and I'm admitting that, but I do have a little hope for the Browns there. They are going to be the home team, and I could play that game right now, but we're going to go ahead and play. The Patriots are going to be the visiting team because they are the 23rd seed. And we have the Broncos, the 7th seed. The Broncos, they absolutely beat the brakes off the Raiders, and I didn't think they were that good to the point where they would just beat the brakes off of the Raiders. Not that the Raiders are great, but anyways, we're going to random. We're going to advance the game here, and we're going to have ourselves a game potential here. Good one. So we'll fast forward like we did before. Patriots score a touchdown. The Broncos answer. All right, 7-7 after 1. 14-7 Broncos, 14-14. It's looking just like the days of Brady versus Manning. And Mac Jones ends the half with a touchdown for the Patriots. They go up 21-14. Broncos not out of it yet, though, and now it's tied again. So, but the Patriots get a field goal. So now we're within the 4-minute mark. Let's jump into this one here. Mac Jones really traversing the West Coast well. I mean, this is not really the coast. This is more inland in the mountains, a mile high. But being a mile high doesn't seem to bother him as they have a 24-21 lead coming up on a 2-minute warning, and they have a first down at midfield. They come out with 3 tight ends, and it's going to work as the play-action pass complete to Hunter Henry. And that was a gutsy play from Bill Belichick and company. But they convert, and they complete it, and now the 2-minute warning is hit. The Broncos still have all 3 timeouts, and they can hold the Patriots to a field goal and still be alive here. So I want to hang on a minute at least. Stevenson on the carry. Stevenson bounces it out. Don't go out of bounds, and he went out of bounds. Terrible decision by Stevenson. It's now the clock stops, and that's a break for Denver. But it is 2nd and 1, and they convert. That might not matter a whole lot. Second and 1. It looks like a run to the left is coming here. And they're going to give it on the end around, and that doesn't work. It's blown up in the backfield. And the Broncos now use the timeout here to stop the clock here on 3rd and 2. This is the biggest play of the game right here. Will the Patriots convert and absolutely pretty much wrap it up here, or will the Broncos get a stop? Jones throws, complete! 1st and goal at the 6. And it forces Denver to burn another timeout, and now it's looking very bleak for Denver. Just 1 timeout remaining. If they even have a shot at the football, it's going to be with about 20-something seconds left at most. And they're going to need a touchdown as well, barring a major mishap on a field goal try. And first they have to stop the Patriots from even getting into the end zone. Here goes Stevenson on the carry on the left side, and he is just shy of the 4. And that is the Broncos' final timeout right there. As the Patriots look like they're going to advance to the quarterfinals. And they will be hosting the Atlanta Falcons, barring a miracle. And that miracle does not appear to be happening as Stevenson puts on the exclamation point and scores a touchdown to make it a 2-score game. 1:42 left for Denver, and they have no timeouts. We'll go ahead and just sim to the end here. Denver did get a field goal, but it didn't matter. So 31-24 the final. Will advance New England, and that just means we have 3 games to go here in our second round. And I knew the second round was going to go by a lot faster. I expect tomorrow to go by even faster than that. I mean, I might be a little bit more generous of when I jump in. I might even do like the 4th quarter, like the entirety of it if it's close. That way to make it a little bit more interesting because it is the quarterfinals. But for the first 2 rounds, I knew I wasn't really going to be doing that. So we got the Packers taking on the Cowboys here. If I can find them, there they are. So the Cowboys are playing host this time, even though they're the 22nd seed, although we know the winner of this game will be on the road for the next game. Well, we'll make this a 4-15 game. Add a little bit more excitement to it for those Cowboys fans out there. With a lot of the Super Bowl contenders knocked out of the tournament already, it's kind of interesting to see who could come out on top. I mean, we got 2 more playing each other. Of course, the last year's Super Bowl rematch between the Eagles and the Chiefs, and who would have thought that would have happened. But the Chiefs are going to come in a lot weaker than they did in the actual Super Bowl last year because they don't have their top receivers. They lost Smith-Schuster. We just saw him take the Patriots to the next round. So Cowboys race out to a 10-0 lead. Jordan Love gets his team a field goal and then another field goal before Dallas scores another touchdown. And then Jordan Love gets into the end zone right before halftime to keep his team in it. So this is not quite an easy win. And now the Packers are on top, and not for long, and the Cowboys just absolutely throttled their offense forward there twice in a row. Let's see if the Packers can do anything. They cannot. The Cowboys get some points. It's looking pretty bleak if you're a Packers fan. They do get a touchdown here. So hold on a minute. We'll go ahead and jump in for this onside kick, or what's likely to be an onside kick, just shy of the 2-minute warning as well. So the Packers, on top of their 3 timeouts, have that going for them here. So they could kick it deep as well. But with the way their defense is playing, I'd expect them to onside kick it here. They gave up 17 points in the first half. They've already given up 17 points here in the second half. And now you just expect the onside kick. No, they're kicking it deep. Okay. I mean, it's not end game strategy here, but because they do have the 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning, and the kickoff is returned to the 26. So they decide to play field position over the roulette wheel here. But that might be a risk. The risk might have been worth taking there, as, I mean, even if they do stop them, they're going to have to burn at least 2 of their 3 timeouts here. Prescott's going to throw here, and it's complete, and now they're going to have to use all 3. It's not game over yet, but there goes the 2-minute warning, and the Cowboys just picked up another first down. A gutsy call there to throw the football, but they have faith in Prescott, and now a give to Tony Pollard and give him 4 on that carry, 2nd and 6. And now at this point you could say 1 first down and the game is wouldn't be officially over, but the Packers would not really have much of a shot. Prescott gives it, and that's a stop for a loss there as Pollard goes nowhere. And it's 3rd and 8. And now does Prescott dare throw the football here on 3rd and 8? We will find out. He's coming out empty set. It looks like he is going to throw. He's making it obvious that he is. He throws. It is complete. The Cowboys have won it. So the Cowboys took a couple risks there. They've had faith in their quarterback, and they pull off the win, 34-27. I thought that game would be a lot easier for Dallas, but Jordan Love did show up and show out as he did against Buffalo. He just found an offense that was a little bit better at executing. Oh, I meant to pick a winner there. Dallas, hold up, I got the score backwards. So now that just leaves us with 2 games. The Browns hosting the Bengals. And then, of course, the Super Bowl rematch, the Eagles hosting. And that matchup is already set up for us. Oh, easy as that. It's not going to be prime time in real life this year, but we will make it a prime time game here for this one. And we'll see what happens. The Bengals come in with their, of course, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and, all the bells and whistles. But maybe this Browns defense has improved this year. Let's see what Madden thinks about it. Maybe Deshaun Watson will take a step forward. Let's see. And the Bengals come out firing, but so does Deshaun Watson and company. So back and forth we go here to start this one. And wow, it is absolute fireworks on the lakefront, but the Bengals do get a stop to end the first half, and they take a 21-14 lead. It's not to deter Nick Chubb and Deshaun Watson. And there we go. We got an interesting game here in the fourth quarter. And now the Browns have their first lead until that. And they're stopped. And now the Bengals have it. And it looks like the Bengals will take home the victory here. And yep. Just put the icing on the cake, and the Bengals defense finally got it together as they have defeated the Browns 41-28. Look, I had a little bit of hope for my team there for a bit. I did have a little bit of hope for the Browns there, and in fact, they had that fourth quarter lead, but then they kind of let it get away from them, giving up 17 unanswered to end the game. That's classic Browns fashion, but at least this time it was still a formidable opponent. So the Bengals will actually host the game. They'll be hosting the Dallas Cowboys, as we just saw them pull off the victory against the Packers. So that leaves us with one final matchup today, and that is the Philadelphia Eagles hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. So let's set that one up. So the Chiefs will be the visiting team. They have 92 overall somehow still, which I find it hard to believe. They lost pretty much all of their good receivers. And the Eagles come in 91 overall. Look at this. This is a matchup to delight. I mean, of course, we saw it in the Super Bowl last year, but we're going to see it again at a simulator, and who Madden thinks will win it. I mean, I'd have to say the Eagles are the favorite because they are the home team and they have Devontae Smith and, they have Jalen Hurts and they got Darius Slay, Fletcher Cox, all those guys. I mean, come on now. And the Chiefs, they lost Juju Smith-Schuster. They lost Mecole Hardman. They lost Orlando Brown on the offensive line, which isn't going to help them against this defense. So, yeah, where's this thing going to go? We're going to advance to the game. I might consider being a little bit more lenient when I jump in. But I say when as if that's going to happen. This game could absolutely be a blowout too. So, because, man, you never know. This game could be a frickin' blowout. Chiefs come out firing. The Eagles get a field goal. We'll go to the second quarter. Stopped. Chiefs touchdown. And what do you know? It could be a blowout. It was looking like a blowout for a minute. The Eagles kind of got back into it. Let's see if they can. Nope. They do have first and goal. So let's see what happens. The Eagles need a touchdown, and they get it. But they cannot stop the Chiefs here. They cannot stop the Chiefs. We'll go ahead and jump in because this is the last game. And I haven't been streaming for very long, and this is the end of the stream already. So we'll jump in here a little bit. I mean, the Eagles can try and pull this off. I said they were the tournament favorites because they were the number one seed, and they were going to host every game up until the Super Bowl that they were in. But they are in serious trouble here against the actual defending champions. And he finds Rashad Penny, but he didn't get out of bounds, and the clock is going to continue to roll here. And they're going to have to pick up the pace here. They need to score twice. They're huddling it up. No, they're not. It's just showing an animation that they were huddling. Then it says they didn't actually huddle. Hurts takes off. Jalen Hurts. It's a two-minute. He fumbled the football. The Chiefs have it. And that hurts. Pun intended. As Jalen Hurts hurts his own team by fumbling the football, and now the Kansas City Chiefs are a step closer to defending their Super Bowl run here in the Madden simulator. And guys, they will get to play another home game as they will be hosting the Tennessee Titans in the quarterfinals. Some history behind that matchup, of course, the 2019 AFC Championship game, and was, of course, one of Mahomes' legendary comebacks en route to winning his first Super Bowl ring. But I'm absolutely stunned to see the Eagles go down in this fashion against a Chiefs team that I quite frankly thought were not going to be able to put up as many points. I mean, of course, they still have Mahomes, and Madden doesn't seem to value like the overall of receivers very well. So I guess I should have seen this coming in some ways, where like the quarterback is more valuable. And in real life, that is the case, but like the receiver, I mean, it's not as drastic as Madden makes it out to be. So Madden has the Chiefs pretty much steamrolling the Eagles here, even though the Eagles were the home team, and that first down makes it so the Eagles can't even get the ball back. 401 total yards of offense for the Chiefs to wrap this stream up. And that's it. So the Chiefs win it 31-17. Not as good of a game as I anticipated here to end the day. The Chiefs advance. The tournament favorites have been eliminated. Of course, by the most likely opponent to eliminate them, because up next they would have had the Titans. If they would have advanced, that would have been an easy game for them. And then they would have had either the Panthers or the Chargers. And I mean, the Chargers might be formidable, but that's probably wouldn't have been enough to beat the Eagles. And the bottom half of the bracket is just absolute chaos. The highest remaining seed in the bottom half of the bracket for the quarterfinals is the Cincinnati Bengals. They are the 19th seed. And yes, in real life, I expect them to be a number one seed in the AFC this year. But I mean, it's still astounding just to say 19th seed, highest seed in one half of the bracket, because that side of the bracket features the 2 seed, the 3 seed, the 6 seed, the 7 seed. All those seeds are just gone, just like that. I mean, and then if you're looking for teams that are actually like threats that should have been that should have made it to the quarterfinals but didn't, that are higher seeds than the Bengals. I mean, you had the I think the second seeded Jets could have made it to the quarterfinals, because I mean they should have been able to beat the Falcons, and then they would have been able to beat the Giants, I would have thought. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered who the home team was in that game, I guess. That would have been interesting, but it kind of saddens me a little bit now that I think about it, how they lost to the Falcons yesterday. But the 2-seeded Jets could have made it to the quarterfinals. The Buffalo Bills, that was absolutely astounding how they went down. They were 6 seed. They should have made it. The 10th seed 49ers, they should have made it as well. I mean, they kind of let that game get away from them at the end. I mean, their defense came up, gave a touchdown in overtime. They did get the ball, and then on the first pass, Purdy just made a not-so-Purdy throw and was intercepted. So the Bengals are the highest remaining seed in the bottom half of the bracket, and let's see, overall, the highest remaining seed would be the Carolina Panthers, the 13th seed. Yeah, we just saw number 1 go down, and we just somehow saw number 4 go down. I mean, the Panthers somehow beat the Ravens. I mean, I just don't understand that one that well. I mean, the Panthers are the Cinderella team of this tournament so far. And they pulled off the upset of today, of course, against the Bengals. They pulled off a pretty impressive upset yesterday. Had it not been for the Jordan Love and him absolutely decimating the Bills, that could have been a candidate for upset of the day yesterday, too. And they will certainly be huge underdogs, even though they have the highest remaining seed against the Chargers, because the Chargers are just a much better team. I've been saying that all along. Whoever the Panthers have been playing, that other team is just a much better team, and they're just coming out and been like, "No, actually, we're pretty good too, and we can compete." Do I really think so in real life? No. I don't even. I would be surprised if they even get 6 wins this year. Um, I mean, they do have a future, but this ain't it. This ain't it for them. This year is not for them. But Men seems to think they are one of the best 8 teams, according to a random bracket simulator. I mean, of course, if we ran a like a million times simulations, like what's that thing called? A Monte Carlo simulation kind of thing. I mean, we would see probably, probably some level of like favoritism towards the better teams at that point. But when we're doing just a single tournament, like things like this can happen. And of course, the Panthers are, for another shocker, of course, the Falcons, they went into the Meadowlands twice and pull off victories. They're going to have to continue being road warriors, and they're probably going to have to play their weakest opponent next, the Patriots. And then they'll run into either the Bengals or the Cowboys if they win. But I would have to say now the new favorite to win this tournament would be the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're on a path to repeat as champions, it looks like. But you never know. They could be stunted. They could be stunted. I mean, the only team that seems to be left that they wouldn't have to travel to would be the Carolina Panthers. And quite frankly, I don't think that's much of a threat. So they're going to have Arrowhead on their side, at least for this next one. And then if they have Carolina in the semifinals, then so be it. Otherwise, they'll be hosting their division rival Chargers, and it's either they'll have the home field or they'll have the worst team. And I'm saying this as if they will for sure beat the Titans. I just don't think the Titans can somehow pull it off. I mean, they were lucky to get out of LA today with the victory that they pulled off. Not sure how they got out of there. 4th and 27. I mean, that was astounding how they got out of there with the victory. So that might just be the play of the day, the upset of the day. Of course, I said the Carolina Panthers storming into M&T Bank Stadium and pulling off a 3-score victory, 31-10. But the updated tournament bracket in the League of Ordinary Gentlemen Discord as well. For those of you guys not in it, let me know if you guys do want to see an update in my YouTube comments. But anyways, this is your boy J-Bob signing off saying see you next time from Madden Simulator. Have a good night, everyone.